everybody. Welcome to the next game in the Rockies horror picture baseball show, rather. And we have right-hander Taj Bradley on the mound for the Rays. He will later get traded to Minnesota. And on the mound for the Rockies will be Ryan Feltner. And he will get 6 starts and then get injured, but he's going to have 6 starts early on. We are at Steinbrenner Field, where singles are 1 to 6 for left, 1 to 15 for right. Home runs are 1 to 10 left, 1 to 13 right. This game is played Sunday, March 30th. Tampa Bay won this game real world 6-4. One roster move made Bay down or injured, one or the other. And Jake Mangum takes over his position there. Hello, Ben, and hello, Midlife. So Jake take over this roster spot of Josh. Mangum is in the second position in the batting order. So we're going to see if the Rockies can win this game. The Real World Series, they lost 2 of 3, but they didn't get swept. So we're going to see if they can salvage a game. Of course, in Game 2 yesterday, they had a 2-0 lead through 4 innings, and then in the 5th inning, it all went to pot. We'll see if they can change that here. Taj Bradley is a -2 on his hold, and we combine that with the backup catcher, Rortvedt. His arm is a 0. So we will see what happens. And, of course, I'm not going to roll the hello, Thomas, and hello, Philip. Good to see both of you. Hello, Chuck. All right, so here we go. Brenton Doyle. 1-3 for Doyle, and that's a fly ball to right field and run away, one away. Here's Ezekiel Tovar, shortstop. 2-10 for Tovar, and that's a 1 for a double. Anything else will be a single. And I wouldn't normally play this late at night, but we had some thunderstorms going through earlier and had to wait for them to pass. And so I got home a little bit later than usual. So we're looking at 1 for a double, 2 to 20 is a single. So we get a base hit for Ezekiel Tovar. 1 out single. He has a 3 through 6 to get the lead, but the -2 there is going to make him a 1 to 11. So I don't think he's going to try it. He will be held, but he won't try to go anywhere. I don't usually do that, Ben. I did it last Sunday, Basic Sunday, because I was presenting the Barnes & Noble's Strat-O-Matic find, but normally I do just recordings. Now, Tabby, come on, Tabby. Come on, get in. She didn't. I thought she didn't want to come here. Now she does want to come in here. But anyway. But in this replay, I'm trying to play the games on the day of the week they were played in real world. So I'm trying to play Sunday games on Sunday, Monday games on Monday, and so forth. Now, when they go to Philadelphia after this, they play on Monday. Then they have an off day on Tuesday, and then they play Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know why they have an off day in between. That's just the way it is. So I'll play this game tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, most likely, we will play the first game in Philadelphia. Tuesday, there'll be no Rockies games because they didn't play on that Tuesday. They were off. And so I am trying to mimic the actual day of the week that they had. All right, so here's Ryan McMahon. That's a 1. So we've got a wild pitch chance. And that's an 18, so it won't be a wild pitch. Yep, Tabby wants to get up on her perch. Hopefully she'll stay quiet over there. Here's McMahon. 3-9, and that's going to be a strikeout. First strikeout for Taj Bradley. 2 away, and that's going to send up Hunter Goodman, catcher. 6-4. Ground ball shortstop X. We are looking at shortstop Walls. He's a 1E10, so since he's a 1, we know he's going to get to it. We're just looking at the E10, and that's a 16, 17, and 18, basically, with a 3 thrown in. Has to avoid those. And that is a 16. He will boot it. 16 on the E10 for a shortstop. 16 is a 1-base error on Taylor Walls. and the inning will continue. First and second now, 2 outs from Michael Tolia. It is a clutch situation for Tolia. In the clutch, Tolia neutral. Whoa, that one didn't go through. Let's try that again. There we go, 5-7. Switch hitter batting left-handed struck him out. That's strikeout number 2. So nothing doing for the Rockies. We go to the bottom of the first. The score, Colorado nothing, Tampa coming to bat. And on the mound for the Rockies, right-hander Ryan Feltner only had 6 starts in the whole season. He got injured pretty much early on. 0-2 with a 4.75 ERA. So Feltner will be in. He'll face Diaz, Mangum, and Brandon Lau. Start things off for the Rays. It'll be the designated hitter, Yandy Diaz. And that's a 4-8 on Feltner. Struck him out. Good start for Feltner. One away for Jake Mangum. Don't know anything about Jake Mangum. Let's see. Jake Mangum, he had 405 at bats, so he's a pretty prominent player for the Rays. Played all 3 outfield positions. Can run, obviously. Switch hitter. Not much power, but he, in fact, has no power. There's Feltner, 2-6, and Mangum doing what he does, get on base and now attempt to steal. There's a +9, which by default makes him a +5. So he's going to try to get the lead. Needs a 2 through 5, an 11, or a 12 to get the lead. And that's an 8, so he does not get the good lead. He could still try it with a secondary lead. 14 being held would be a 10, and then the +5 would be a 15. So he still can try it. 1 to 15, he steals it. And he does base for Mangum. He's in scoring position for Brandon Lau, second baseman. That's a 2-5, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout for Feltner. 2 down, clutch situation for first baseman Jonathan Aranda. Left-handed hitter. 111, and that's a ballpark blast for Aranda, and it's a 1 to 10. 1 to 10, and we have a 2-run home run. And we do. Aranda goes deep. 2-0 Tampa here in the bottom of the first. Aranda had 14 home runs, and he gets one right here off the. And the Rays take a 2-0 lead. 4-8. Walls is a switch hitter. 4-8 is a base on balls. First walk issued there, and now Walls will look to get the lead. And he needs a 2 through 6 or an 11 and a 12. And an 8's not, that's going to fall in between, but again, he's a 14. It would be a 1 to 15. 14 minus 4 for being held as a 10, then the +5 to 15. So he's going to go. And he steals the base. So the hold rating is so bad that they can steal even without good leads. Situation for Cameron Meisner. Hello, Brown. Good to see you. Meisner, 6'10", lefty. Jump ball first base A. That will do it as Tolia takes to the bag himself. But 2 runs in the first inning for Tampa, courtesy of the Aranda home run. We go to the second. It's 2-0 Tampa. Taj Bradley back out. He has a fatigue of 5. So does Feltner. See how that plays out. We do have Martini, the batter. That's a 4-10 for Martini against the lefty Bradley. That's a ballpark single. 1 to 6 for Nick Martini. And it's a 9. Let's see here. 4. He will fly to center. I'll keep the original roll. Fly to center. Or the original result, I mean. Fly to center. He's out of there. Here's Jordan Beck. Jordan Beck, 6'5". And that's a ground ball shortstop X. It's going to be Walls again. He made an error the first time. Let's see if he can correct that. E10. And that's a 16. He might be in trouble again. And he is. He rolled a 16 last time. He does it again. So 2 innings in a row, we rolled a 16 on his error Walls at E10. So the second error of the game for Mr. Walls, fielder than that, but having some bad luck. Here's Jacob Stallings. He is doing the catching. Goodman caught the first 2 games, is DHing this game. So Stallings, I believe, is getting his first at bat of the season. 2-6, and that is a single 1-4. And 5-20 grounds to second. And that's a 1, so it's going to be a base hit. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Number 9 hitter, baseman. 3-5, that's a single to right field. Beck runs as a 14, not big. The single went to right field. Right fielder arm is a 0 for Mangum. So we're looking at a 1-15 to score. Do they send him, or with 1 out, do you trust Doyle? Boy, 1-15, they're going to send him. There. Single from Freeman puts the Rockies on the board. Stallings, because he runs so slow, will stop at second. But the Rockies are on the board, cuts the lead out. Runners at first and second. D. Here's Brenton Doyle. 2-8, and that's a pop out to third. It's not a clutch situation because there's only 1 out. So that's not going to be a hit. It's going to be a pop out to third. Out number 2. And that'll bring up Tovar. And that's a 4-7 for Tovar. And that's a base on balls. That's going to load the bases. And that is the first walk issued by Bradley. Bases are loaded, 2 outs for Ryan McMahon. Notice they do not have Chris Bryant playing today. So we don't have to worry about the nameless player at the moment. McMahon, bases loaded, 2 outs, clutch situation. In the clutch, he loses a hit on 1-2. That's a 1-9, and he strikes out to end the inning. Golden opportunity for the Rockies to get more runs, but they can't do it, as McMahon strikes out to end the inning with the bases loaded. For the bottom of the second, it's 2-1 Tampa Bay. And due up will be Jose Caballero. He is the third baseman. Hello, Mr. RJL. I'm DVRing the hockey game. I'll watch it later. Probably tomorrow sometime. 6-10. 6-10's a strikeout. I just don't like the commercials. I want to get past the commercials and the periods and stuff like that. I might watch the first period tonight when I finish this. I'm not sure. Rortvedt is your batter. 2-9 for Rortvedt, and he walks. That is a second walk issued by Feltner. And we're going to go to Johnny DeLuca, the center fielder. See what he can do. That's a 2-9 for DeLuca. That's a fly to center, 2 down. And Yandy Diaz. Diaz, the batter. That is a 2, so we got a balk or pass ball. We're looking at a balk chance, which is a 0. There you go. New dice tower should help out, hopefully. 1-4. And let's see here. 1-4 is a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. Although I found sometimes you got to be careful. That hole there is not very big. You can always drop one outside or whatever. Of course, could be my dexterity fading on me. I don't know. But 2 innings, 1 favor of Tampa Bay. Tabby's right here by my side, but she's being very little perch, and she's not happy. She got half of her fur cut on yesterday. She's going to get the second half next Saturday. So she's kind of half and half right now. I think she's feeling better because of there's a lot of fur for her summertime, so she didn't like the process though. All right, here's Hunter Goodman. That's a 1-5, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for the Rockies. They do strike out a lot. That is something I found out in my research, is that they do strike out quite a bit. All right, here's Toglia. And the G is a soft G. 2-4, and that's a home run, 1-16, no matter how you say it. 1-16, we got a tie ball game. And we do. Toglia, home run. Home run for Mr. Toglia. And before I play game 4 with the Phillies, I will have this game and the previous game put into Action PC computer so I can have some running stats for you. Right now, I don't know if that's Toglia's first home run or not, but it's early on, so it probably doesn't matter anyway. Here's Nick Martini, 5-7, and that's going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number 5. And that'll send us to Jordan Beck, left fielder. Hello, H Field. All is definitely well right now. 6-7. Ground ball, second base, X. Second baseman is Lau, rather, Brandon Lau. He's a 3E11. 3-10, he'll get to that. 3-10 is going to do. The E11, he's got to avoid 15, 17, and 18. And he does just that. So Lau makes the play to end the inning. But the game-tying home run off the bat of Michael Toglia has tied the score at 2 apiece as we head to the bottom of the third. And not to rub salt in anybody else's wounds, but one of the biggest reasons why I'm doing well is that I realize that tomorrow morning I don't have to get up and go to work. That's Sunday nights I used to dread. Now Sunday nights are one of my favorite nights. Here's Jake Mangum, 4-4, and that's going to be a ground ball third base X McMahon. He's a 1, so we know he's going to get to it. We're checking E10, and 13, 3, 17, and 18. Got to avoid those. And that is a 14, so he barely does, but he makes the play on Mangum. And there's one away. One down for Brandon Lau. 5-5, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at E16. 2-10, he'll get to that. Shortstop E16. He's got to avoid 14 and 17. Just those two numbers. And we roll a 14. Are you kidding me? Tovar is an E16 shortstop. E16 shortstop, 14 and 17 are the only two errors. And what rolls but a 14? Go figure. Tovar boots it. Lau is at first. And here's Aranda. And that's a 6-4, left-handed, and that's a ballpark single check, 1-6 for the lefty to get a base hit. And he does, base hit. Which runs at first and second. Aranda is 2 for 2. Bring up the Taylor Walls. That's a 1, but no wild pitch on Feltner. Walls, 1-4. That's a ground ball second base C. That'll move the runners up 90 feet. To second and third with 2 outs. In a clutch situation for Cameron Meisner. He gains a hit on 1-6 in the clutch. That's a 6-4. 6-4 is a ballpark single check again for a lefty. Again, once again, 1-6. And he gets the base hit again. Bases are loaded. I'm sorry, not bases loaded. It was second and third, wasn't it? So the run scores. Forgot about that ground ball C. So it's an RBI single for Meisner, and the Rockies reclaim the lead 3-2. I'm sorry, the Rays reclaim the lead 3-2. And here is Caballero, runners at the corners and 2 outs. That is a 2-9 for Caballero. 1-6 is a single. Anything else he lines to short. And that's a 5. Well, I'm getting these low rolls, and it's costing the Rockies dearly on this double die. This is the double die that came with that Barnes & Noble set. Instead of the red one that I got with the dice tower, I decided to use this one and see how it did. Might switch off because it's not helping the Rockies out very well at all. That's a 2. Pass ball chance on the catcher Stallings. A 2. So no pass ball. And Rortvedt steps to the plate. 4-8. He is a lefty, and that's a walk. It's going to load the bases. So Feltner just can't get out of his own way. Bases are loaded. 2 outs for DeLuca, Mr. Triple. His card is loaded with triples. Let's see what he does here in the clutch. That's a 2. No balk chance on Feltner. So against righties in the clutch, he loses hits on 2-7 and 3-4. That's a 4-7. 1-9 is a single. 10-20 is a liner to short. With the and he's going, you know it's going to be a 1-9. I mean, I could have told you that before it even happened. There it is. Another RBI single. 3 runs are in. All these runs are unearned, but they count. It's now 5-2. Bases still loaded for Yandy Diaz, 9th man to bat in the inning. 4-8. And that's a strikeout. Feltner finally gets out of the inning. That is his 3rd strikeout. But 2 runs come in, and it's 5-2. Of course, Tampa won the real game 6-4. But it's 5-2 already, heading to the 4th inning. I'm just not sure. I don't have a purple D20, and B, I'm not sure how it'll do against this blue background. I'm trying to find something that gives a contrast. I figure either white or red would give a good contrast. I got a gray one. Maybe I'll use that one. I don't know. All right, so Jacob Stallings. That's a 3-6, and that's going to be a fly to right. 1 down, and here is Tyler Freeman. That's a 3-6. That's a single. 2 for 2 for Freeman. Down 5-2. They're not going to try to steal, although it will be held on. Here's Doyle. 5-7, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 6 for Taj Bradley. Here's Tovar. 6-3, and that's a fly ball right field X. We're looking at Mangum. He's a 3-0, so he cannot make an error. We're just checking his range for right field as a 3. So as a 3, he just needs a 7 or higher to make the play. And, of course, when the Rockies are batting, we get the high D20. It may be fixed. I don't know. I may have to switch D20s in the middle of this game. I'm not sure. I'm so frustrated with this D20. I think I might go get another one because I just don't like the way it's treating the Rockies right now. So we're going to try this one instead. See if that gray one shows up. It's a little dark, but I think it's still visible. And we'll look at Mangum to lead things off. That's a 5-10. That is a 4 there. 5-10. Switch hitter batting left. Ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Tovar. He is a 2 with an E16. 2 and a 12. Hopefully that 12 shows up okay. 2 and a 12. 16 and a 6. E16. Whoops, I got the wrong one. Get shortstop here. Shortstop, E16. Nope, no 6. So good play for Tovar. 1 away, and here's Brandon Lau. And that's a 3-5 for Lau, and he got a ballpark blast. It's 1-10 on the ballpark blast. And that's a 14. So already we're seeing a big difference by using this other D20 instead of that white one. We're getting some higher numbers here. So that's a fly to right. Rockies are on the road. Maybe on road games I'll use this, and on home games I'll use the white. Maybe that's my justification. Use this for road games because they're wearing their road grays. Here's a Ronda 4-4. Ground ball third base X. That's McMahon. He's a 1. We know he's going to get to it. We're checking the E10 at third base, and that's only a 13, 3, 17, and 18. And that's a 12, so he does make the play, and it's 3 up, 3 down since swapping out that D20. Nothing else. Maybe it's karma. All right, here is Taj Bradley, and both starters have 5 for fatigue. So this is his fatigue inning to watch out for. Get a 3-12, and that's a ballpark blast for Ryan McMahon. I ought to switch back to the white D20 because it gives me low numbers. 1-10, and that comes up to the Rockies' favor. So McMahon goes deep. Home run, Ryan McMahon. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I think. When the visiting team is batting, I'm going to use the gray D20. When the home team's batting, I'm going to use the white D20, like a home and road kind of thing. Yes, he did, Ben. Straka kind of took everything out of the equation there. Let's see here. So McMahon home run cuts the lead to 5-3. So in the rest of this game, when the Rockies are batting as a visiting team, I'm going to use the gray D20 to symbolize the road team. When the white D20 to symbolize the home team. So here's Hunter Goodman. That's a ground ball second base X. And let's see, second base is Brandon Lau. He is a 3. So since the Rockies, since the Rays are batting, we use that D20. It's a 20, so he'll get to that. And let's see, Lau is an 11. So his only errors are 15, 17, and 18. And he will make that play barely, but he does. Hello there, Mr. Utah Mike. Good to see you. Here's Michael Tolia. Homered his last 3. That's a 1-12 for a double. Anything else, he flies to center. And that's a double for Tolia. So a 1-out double brings up Nick Martini. 1-9 for Martini. Ground ball to second. That'll get Tolia to third, but now they're 2 away. Clutch situation now for Jordan Beck. Beck in the clutch will lose a hit on 1-6. That's a 2-6, and he strikes out to end the inning. 7th strikeout for Bradley. Does give up the home run to make it 5-3. He gave up 2 hits, so he's very close to being fatigued. I think they're going to try to get 6 innings out of him, though. We'll see. Feltner, this is his fatigue inning, and he'll be facing Taylor Walls, Meisner, and Caballero. Now when the D20 is needed, we'll use the white D20 because team 4-5, and that's going to be a strikeout for Feltner, his 4th. 1 away for Cameron Meisner. 6-10, and that is a ground ball to first. Easy play for Tolia. 2 down for Jose Caballero. 2-11, and that is a ballpark single check on 2-11. 1-15, and that's for Caballero. He's going to be looking to run, no question about it. Caballero is going to try for the lead. Needs a 2 through 7 or a 9. And he gets an 8. So he does not get the lead, but he's going to go anyway. Lead 16 minus 4 is a 12, plus 5 is a 7 base, which he does. Stolen base. He's in scoring position with 2 outs for Ben Rortvedt. Clutch situation for Rortvedt is not in the regular season, and he hit 0.95. So if Feltner doesn't get him, he might not be long for this game. 5-7, And that's a ground ball to second base. We're looking at Freeman. Freeman's a 4. That could be a little rough. 4 and 19, he'll get to that. E13, he's got to avoid 14, 3, and 18. And he does just that, makes the play. Ends the inning. So we go to the 6th. Looks like both starters are going to at least pitch into the 6th. And we'll see what happens. Now we're going to switch back to the gray D20. All right, here, Taj Bradley. They will keep a sharp eye on him. Tampa's bullpen is ready to go. They do have some activity down there. They have, let's see who they're going to have down there. Looks like we are looking at Mason Englert loosening in the bullpen. Mason Englert. He's loosening in the Tampa pen. Stallings, 110, and that's a ground ball to third. Handled by Caballero, 1 away for Tyler Freeman. Freeman 2 for 2. 5-5, and that's a base on balls. And for Bradley, that is walk number 2. Freeman could try to get a lead, but they're still down by 2 runs, so I don't think you want to run yourself out of an inning. Here's Brenton Doyle. That's a 1-9 for Doyle, struck him out. Strikeout number 8. Now it's down to a clutch situation for Ezekiel Tovar. In the clutch, he is neutral. He has no changes. Actually, it's not a clutch situation. Runner at first, so it's not a clutch situation. Take it back. 6-11, and that is a fly to right to end the inning. That's going to do it for Bradley. They will cap him at 6 innings. And once again, I have to plug in my laptop. Had a full charge before I started, but these streams must take a lot out of the battery because it's saying I'm low on battery. When I started the stream, it was full, fully charged. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But if we can get this thing plugged in, watch out, Tabby. All right, there we go. Now we're back in play. So that's going to be it for Bradley. He's going to go 6 innings. Mason Englert will come in and pitch for the Rockies. Or actually, it might not be Mason Englert. They got some lefties coming up, so I think we're going to go to some lefties out of the bullpen for the Rockies. So 3 runs, 2 were earned. And he gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got him for 7 hits. Got him for 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. So it appears now, since with lefties coming up, that they will go to Mason Montgomery out of the bullpen. A left-hander, Mason Montgomery, will be coming on for the Rockies, for the Rays, rather. Now the Rockies, they're going to stick with Feltner for now, but he's on a short leash. And warming up in the bullpen is Angel Chavilli. That's how it's pronounced, Angel Chavilli. He is in the bullpen. He did not pitch in either of the first 2 games, so he's definitely ready to go. He and Seth Halverson are the 2 pitchers that have not pitched yet for the Rockies. Halverson's kind of their closer, but if you never get the lead, you don't get a chance to close, so we'll have to use them anyway. Here's the Luca as we start at the bottom of the 6th. 5-6 for Feltner, and that's a fly to right, 1 away. Here's Yandy Diaz, top of the order. 0 for 3 for Diaz. 3-8, and that's a ground ball to first. Totally is there. So Feltner trying to finish strong. Going to face Jake Mangum. 1-7, and that's a fly to center to end the inning. So 6 solid. Well, not solid by Feltner, but he finishes strong. In the last 3 innings, he did really well. Got a bad break here. All these runs are unearned, so he's only given up 2 earned runs. But I think that's going to be it for Feltner. He's going to go 6 innings. We'll cap him at 6 innings. And he's going to give up 5 runs, 2 earned. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. He walks 1, 2. Looks like just 2 walks. And he strikes out 4. So we'll go to the top of the 7th. And coming on to pitch for the Rockies is Mason Montgomery. He is a left-handed relief pitcher for the Rockies, for the Rays rather. 1-3 with a 5.67 ERA and 1 save. So Montgomery will come on. He's a +8 hold, so that's not good. So now if the Rockies get somebody on base, that may very well look to do some base running. But Ryan McMahon is your first up. It's a 5-7, and that's a walk. I don't think McMahon's going to do much of running, though. He's not much of a base stealer, so he'll hold. And here's Hunter Goodman. Goodman is the tying run at the plate. That's a 1. Wild pitch rating is a 4. And that's a 3, so it's a wild pitch for Montgomery. Here's Goodman. 5-12, right-handed. That's a split. 1 for a single. Anything else he lines to short. And that's a liner to Walls. 1 away for Michael Toglia. Homer and a double. 2 for 3 for Toglia. 2-5 against the lefty is a double to center field. That'll cut the lead to 1. Toglia is 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a home run. And the lead is cut to 5-4. And now the Rays bullpen starting to stir again as they have right-handed activity in their bullpen. And the right-handed activity is Edwin Uceda. Edwin Uceda is loosely in the bullpen. 10-3, 3.79 ERA and 1 save. So Edwin Uceda or Uceda. I'm not sure if it's Uceda or Uceda. I think it might be Uceda. I think it's Uceda. So here's Nick Martini. Now, do we pinch? They're going to pinch it for Martini, I think. He's 0 for 3, and they need a right-handed bat out there. So the Rockies are going to their bench, and they're going to go to – we don't have a whole lot to go to, do they? Let's see, move Freeman. What if they can move Freeman to right field, maybe? Yep, that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring in Kyle Farmer to hit for Martini. And then Freeman's going to move to right field. And Farmer is going to be at second base. Farmer will take over at second base. So Kyle Farmer doing the pinch hitting against the lefty. Runner on second, 1 out. Runner on second is the tying run. 5-4, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Taylor Walls again. He's a 1E10. 1-14 is good. E10 and a 9 as a shortstop is just fine. So 1 and a 10 is a G1, so the runner has to hold at second. Cannot move up. 2 down. And that'll send up Jordan Beck. Now, do they trust Montgomery or do they go to the bullpen here? I think the Rays are going to Uceda, right-hander, to face Beck. So Uceda going to come on. He is a +3 hold. Montgomery is going to go 2/3 of an inning, a walk and a hit. No strikeouts so far, 1 run, but he's responsible for this for Toglia as well. And the Rockies will counter by going to Mickey Moniak. And Moniak will stay in the game to play left field. So Mickey Moniak will pinch hit for Beck. Mickey Moniak taking on Uceda. And there is a clutch situation, obviously, for Moniak. And in the clutch, he will gain a hit on 2-3. 6-9, and that's an in-home run chance, 1-16. 1-16, and Moniak will go deep. And that's gone. You don't see pinch hit home runs on that other channel, I'm telling you. This is the place for managing 101 right here. Or even thinking outside the box managing. 3 runs for the Rockies. They lead it 6-5 on the 3-run homer from Mickey Moniak. And now we close the book on Montgomery. He has given up 2 of those runs. Uceda the other one. So now Uceda is the pitcher of record. And actually Feltner can get the win because these runs belong to him. 1-6, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. But 3 runs come in for the Rockies. And we go the 7th inning stretch with the score. Colorado 6, Tampa Bay 5. And now Angel Cheville is coming on to pitch for the Rockies. And he has a -1 hold. And he'll be facing Brandon Lau, Aranda, and Walls. Here's Lau. That's a 4-9, and that's going to be an in-home run chance there, a ballpark blast chance, I should say. 1-10 for Lau, and since the Tampa Bay is batting, we're switching to the white D20. 1-10, and that's gone. Brandon Lau just ties this game up. So forget Feltner getting the win. He will now get a no decision as Brandon Lau goes deep, and we are tied at 6 apiece. So Cheville, first batter he faces, he gives up a home run. Here's a Ronda, 3-8, and that's a strikeout. Man, what am I doing here? I'm putting these in the wrong column. Should be in the 7th inning, not the 6th inning. All right, let's get this straight. One goes in the 7th inning, and then the strikeout. Okay, now we've got Walls. 6-6 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 6-9 switch hitter. 6-9's a fly to center, 2 down. And that'll bring up Cameron Meisner. 4-8, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Cheville gives up the home run, but he does strike out 2. We go to the 8th inning. We are tied at 6 apiece here at Steinbrenner Field. I guess it's in St. Petersburg. I'm not sure the exact location. And Tyler Freeman will lead things off here in the top of the 8th. Remember, tomorrow night the Rockies will be in Philadelphia for the start of a 3-game set at Citizens Bank Park. Herman Marquez will be on the mound for the Rockies. Not sure who's on the mound for the Phillies. I didn't look it up. Uceda, 3-5 to Freeman. That's a base hit. So Freeman now that the run rating or hold rating is a +3, different story. They're going to try for the lead here. 2 through 9, or that's a 2, so it's possible balk, but he can't. It's a balk rating of 12. Balk rating of 12 for Uceda, and that's a 17, so he does not balk, but that means Freeman cannot get the good lead. So that brings up Doyle. Brenton Doyle, 5-3. Ground ball pitcher X, he's a 4 E0. So we know he can't make an error, but with a 4, there's a good chance that it might be a runner advance type of situation. We roll this to make sure there's no rare play. There's not. So 4 for our pitcher. Needs a 5 or higher to at least make the play. And he does barely. So it will be a G3. So runner advancing acts like a sacrifice, with Freeman taking second base and 1 out for Ezekiel Tovar. Uceda to Tovar. That's a 5-6, and that's a strikeout for Uceda. So 2 down, and Ryan McMahon, your batter. Clutch situation with the runner at second. That's a 1, but no wild pitch for Uceta. 6-3, and that's a fly ball left field X. Tampa Bay left fielder is Meisner. He's a 2. He's a 2E9, I believe it is. So we'll check the 2 in the outfield. 2 and a 12. You'll get to that. That's an F2. Meisner is an E9 in left field. So 11, 16, 3, and 18. And that's a 15. So he does make the play to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. That's going to be it for Uceta. Uceta is going to go an inning and a third. And let's see here. So Fairbanks is going to guaranteed pitch for the Rockies. He did not pitch in the first 2 games, and he is their closer. So Fairbanks will be coming in the 9th, regardless whether they lead or not. Let's see here for Uceta. He gives up 2 hits and a run, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Shabii is on for his second inning of work. He'll be facing Caballero, however it's pronounced. 1-6, and that's a strikeout. B with his 3rd strikeout is Ben Rortvedt. 3-9, and he walks. Rortvedt with a walk. Do they go to a pinch runner? Because Rortvedt just can't run at all. So let's see who Tampa has on their bench that they can turn to. They have Chris Morel. They have Christopher Morel. He runs at a 14, but he's a decent base stealer. Jansen, you're not going to him. Meade, you're not going to him. So it looks like Christopher Morel will pinch run for Rortvedt. And then Danny Jansen will come in and catch in the 9th. So the pinch runner is Morel. He will pinch run here in the 8th inning. So Morel's going to pinch run. Let's see if he tries to get a lead. DeLuca is your batter. Shabii is a 0 hold, so it's a -1. Still, if he gets the lead 2 through 5, I mean, that's a 19, so you got to try for it. 2 through 5, and he gets the lead. He's going to go 19 being held as a 17, -1's a 16, and he's in there. Stolen base for Morel. He steals, and he runs at a 14, so a base hit, he could certainly score. 1 out, and here is Johnny DeLuca. That's a 5-7, and that's a single 2 stars, and the Rockies fall behind as the Rays take the lead. 7-6. That's going to be it for Shabii. He's done. He goes an inning and a third. He's going to give up 2 hits, so far 2 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And they will go to Halverson. He has not pitched in either game. So this will be his first outing of the season. So we go to Mr. Halverson, if I can find his card. Somewhere in this mix is his card. There you go. There he is, Seth Halverson. He was hiding on me. So Seth Halverson, he was 1-2, 4.99 ERA, and 11 saves for Seth Halverson. And he's set to face Yandy Diaz. Halverson's a -3 on the hold. 1 out, runner at first. DeLuca, he's going to try for the lead. Needs a 4 or a 5. He does not get the lead, so he will hold. Here's Yandy Diaz. 3-11. That's a ground ball, second base A. That's a 4-6-3 double play, tailor-made double play. Giovanni's Tailor Shop tailor-made double play. Giovanni's Tailor Shop in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. If you have any tailoring needs and you're in the area, go by and see them. Tell them Demo sent you. They'll give you a discount. They're the unofficial sponsor of the channel, but the official sponsor of the Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play of the game. And now coming in for the Rockies, for the Rays rather, will be their closer. And that's going to be Fairbanks. If I can find his card. He's hiding on me for whatever reason. He's hiding behind another player here. No? Where's Fairbanks? He's in here somewhere. Why do I not see Fairbanks? Don't know why I don't see Fairbanks. Let's see if he's in this other stack of cards that I'm missing. Take a look here. Maybe I just didn't pull him out like I was supposed to. Let's see. Thought I pulled him out already. Yeah, I don't have him here in this stack. He's got to be in this stack somewhere. He just has to be hiding, that's all. Probably got mixed in with the Rockies somehow. Let's take a look here. I want to go to Fairbanks if I can find him. He is their closer. Doggone if I can't find him. Did the X charts cover him up? He got mixed. He got lost in with the X charts. That's what happened to him. He got lost in there with the X charts, but we found him. Peter Fairbanks is your pitcher for the Rockies. 4-5, 2.83 ERA, and 20 saves. Hello, Colin. Hello, Brian B. I agree. I couldn't agree more, Brian B. You took the words right out of my mouth. +2 for Fairbanks, and he's in to get the save. This is his first appearance of the season, and he'll be facing Goodman, Tolia, and Farmer, the scheduled hitters, with Mickey Moniak laying in wait. Top of the ninth, 7-6 Rays looking to sweep the series. Hunter Goodman, your batter. 2-7, and that's a double 1-6, single 7-20, and that's a single base hit for Hunter Goodman. Hunter Goodman runs an 11. Let's see if they got a pinch runner any better than that. He is the DH, so you can kind of run whoever you want, but they've already used a couple of different guys, so I think the only guy left they do have Sean Bouchard. He runs at a 13. Goodman's an 11. There's not that much difference there, so I think it's not worth enough to use a pinch hitter or pinch runner for. We're just going to have Goodman stay in the game. He will not be held. And here comes Tolia. He's been the player of the game for the Rockies so far. 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a home run for Tolia. And that's a 4-6. Switch hitter struck him out. Fairbanks gets the strikeout, 1 away. And here is Kyle Farmer. Double play would end it. 1-2, and that's a ground ball, shortstop A. We just called it right on cue. That is a 6-4-3 double play, another Giovanni's Tailor Shop. Tailor-made double play to end the ball game. Rockies fall again, 7-6 the final. Fairbanks gets his first save. Winning pitcher, let's see here. The winning pitcher is Uceda. He is now 1-0. Losing pitcher is Shabii. He is 0-1. He ends up being responsible for, looks like 2 runs. They were earned. Halverson came in and faced 1 batter, got 2/3 of an inning on a double play. Fairbanks gave up a hit, nothing else, got a strikeout. So the final line score for Tampa Bay, 7 runs. They do it on 9 hits and 1 error. Actually, 2 errors. There were 2 errors on Taylor Walls, so he made 2 errors. Rockies had just the 1 error, but that was more costly because it was 3 unearned runs that came across. So they had the 1 error. 6 runs, and they scattered 11 hits. So the Rockies dropped to 0-3. Cool deal, Z Dufferman. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, it's totally in AAA. I'm surprised he didn't stick with the major league team. I always thought he was a pretty decent player, decent fielder anyway. Now, granted, for the Rockies, he hit 190 last year. So, but this game had a good game, 3 for 5, but wasn't quite enough. Rockies couldn't get enough pitching. Tampa Bay beat them 6-4 real world, and they beat them 7-6 here, and sweep the series. Rockies are now 0-3. They were 1-2 at this point, real world. Tomorrow night, the Rockies will play in Philadelphia, start a 3-game series with the Phillies, and German Marquez will get the call for the Rockies. German Marquez. And there is German Marquez. He was 3-16 with a 6.70 ERA. He's going to get the start for the Rockies against the Phillies. And as we head to Citizens Bank Park and we leave George Steinbrenner Field and the Rays. So I got to go get my lineup straight for the Phillies for tomorrow. The Phillies are a team I kind of know most of their players already, just because they're more well known. So obviously guys like Bryce Harper and Trey Turner and some of the big hitters like that, Kyle Schwarber. So they were a little bit more well known to me than Tampa Bay was, that's for sure. But either way, we're going to see what happens. So thank you all for spending part of your. Oh, I didn't know that, Brian. That's sad news. I did not know that. Like I said, I don't know much about these modern players, but I thought I'd give it a shot. And unless somebody can prove otherwise, I have not seen anybody else play 2025 Strat-O-Matic on YouTube. I believe I'm the only one doing that as far as I'm aware. If somebody sees somebody else playing it, let me know and I'll check them out. But I don't, as far as I can tell, no one is doing it yet. There might be some people playing it offline on their own, and there probably are lots that are doing that. But as far as on YouTube, I don't believe anybody's doing that. So anyway, just thought it'd be fun to do. So we'll see how it plays out. 0-3, the Rockies Horror Baseball Show continues. Tomorrow, we will be back to the 1987 American League replay as normal. And I believe we'll be back at Fenway Park, and it will be Roger Clemens on the mound against the Orioles, and a guy named Mike Griffin for the Orioles that I don't know much about. But Mike Griffin will get the call against Roger Clemens. That'll be tomorrow, roughly around 9 o'clock. And then tomorrow afternoon at some point, don't know what time, maybe around 2 or 3 o'clock, something like that, we'll do the Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies from Philadelphia. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a great evening, whatever else you have planned tonight. Most of us, probably like me, even though I'm retired, I still try to get to bed at a reasonable time, usually by 11:15, something like that. And it's already, 10:30? Close to 10:33, so probably going to wrap this up real quick and then get ready to head to bed. Yeah, Tabby's back there just doing her thing. So anyway, appreciate the support, and hope you all have a great rest of your night and a good start to your week tomorrow. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.